Germany has the biggest economy in Europe. It's super important for the rest of Europe. Germany is really good at making things, like in big factories. That's always been super important for the country to do well and be wealthy. Lots of companies all over the world look up to Germany. For them, Germany is like a top example of how to make quality stuff. How Germany's economy is doing is a huge deal for all the countries that use the euro money. So, thinking about May 2025, it's really important to get what's going on right now, for anyone looking for work, and for businesses too. Germany's money story from the past, it shows they're tough and can really change with the times. That saying, made in Germany? It's a big deal all over the world. It means you're getting something really good quality. It means things are made super carefully and exactly right. And it also shows they've been great at coming up with new ideas for a long time. Getting everyone to think so highly of them didn't just happen super fast. It's because people worked super hard for many years. The Mittelstand, that's what they call their small and medium-sized businesses, is a really big reason for their success. Lots of these companies are run by families. They're usually experts at making very specific things, and they sell tons of it to other countries. They're really what hold up the German economy, and they make millions of jobs for people. Germany's money strength started a long time ago. After the war, things got so much better, it was amazing. People often called this the Wirtschaftswunder. That's a German word meaning economic miracle, like a money miracle. When Germany became one country again in 1990, that brought some new problems. But it also meant new chances for things to get better and grow. So people around the world know Germany as a country that's steady and reliable. When it comes to buying and selling stuff with other countries, everyone knows Germany is someone you can count on. All this history is a big reason why their economy is the way it is today, and it also affects what companies and workers expect to happen. You can really see this economic strength when you look at the jobs in Germany. In the past, the job situation there was mostly pretty steady. That meant there were lots of safe jobs people could count on keeping. But now, in 2025, things are a bit more complicated, not so simple. Big changes happening all over the world and stuff going on inside Germany itself are making new things happen. So, in this video, we're going to take a good look at what's happening right now. We'll check out the good chances and openings people have, and we'll also talk about the problems people might run into with jobs in Germany today. This should help you get a good, clear picture if you're trying to figure out your way around it. For a long time now, Germany has had really low numbers of people out of work. These numbers are often much better than in other big countries in Europe. And this isn't just a one-time thing, it shows that the German way of doing things has real strengths. A real lifesaver here is something called short-time work, a smart system where the government helps out with money. This way, companies can keep their workers even when times are tough. They can cut back on hours instead of having to fire people right away when the economy slows down. This tool was worth its weight in gold during the big money crisis a while back, and during the COVID pandemic, it saved countless people's jobs again. Certain important industries are real job providers for Germany. Our car industry, a big player around the world, still gives jobs and paychecks to hundreds of thousands of people. Making machines is another thing Germany is famous for. Our super exact machines are wanted all over the world. And let's not forget the chemical and medicine-making industries. They put a lot of money into finding new things and making them better, and it pays off. These businesses are always changing, but they are still important places where people work. How strong they are is a great example of German clever ideas and the promise of good quality that you get with things made in Germany. A strong base for Germany's skilled workers is our special way of job training. We're talking about the famous dual system. It's a mix of hands-on work at a company and learning stuff at a special school. Learning and doing real work at the same time. Lots of countries wish they had a system like this. It's a real hit that others want to copy. It makes sure we have the new young workers we need who are really well-trained technicians and craftspeople. They're the backbone of our economy. This idea of valuing hands-on skills, of getting things done, is a big part of how we think about work here. And it sets people up for lots of successful careers, not just in skilled trades. This system is also a reason why we often have fewer young people out of work compared to other countries in Europe. And they wish they had that too. Another thing that keeps our job market steady is something we talk about a lot, called social partnership. What does that mean? Well, groups that represent bosses and groups that represent workers often work together here. instead of just fighting each other. Together, they figure out pay and how things will be at work, often by sitting down and talking it through. This way of working together usually makes for a better feeling at work. That's why we might see fewer of those really big strikes that stop everything, compared to some other countries. For workers, knowing things are dependable often means more job security, and it gives companies the ability to plan ahead so they can invest money and grow. This whole system helps build a strong sense of togetherness and the idea that when the economy does well, it's because everyone worked as a team. One of Germany's biggest problems is that its people are getting older. The country has one of the oldest groups of people in the world. This change in who lives here means there are fewer workers in the country. Fewer young people are starting to work. This means there aren't enough skilled workers in many types of jobs. It also puts more pressure on things like money for retired people and healthcare. The costs for these are going up. This makes it harder for the country's money to grow in the future. The government needs to do something about this quickly. The German economy in 2025 is also having a tough time, and things are slowing down. Things happening around the world that are unsure are a big reason for this. When countries around the world don't get along, it makes it harder for Germany to trade things, and trading is very important for them. Energy prices are still a problem, even though they've come down a little from when they were super high. They make it hard for businesses and for families to pay for things. Inflation, meaning prices going up, has also caused problems. It has meant that people can't buy as much. Companies are being careful about spending money to grow their business. People are not spending their money as quickly anymore. Big changes are happening in the German job world. Using more computers and the internet is a big part of this. The need for people who know how to use computers is growing very fast. Old ways of making things are getting smarter by using new technology. More and more things that businesses do for people are being done online. This means we need workers who can change easily and are good at using computers. Companies need to spend money on new ways of doing things with technology. Workers need to keep learning new things and change with the times. This change isn't always easy for every company or every worker. Another big change is moving to cleaner power, what they call the Energiewende in Germany. Germany wants to change to using power from things like the sun and wind that don't run out. This makes new jobs in areas like wind power and solar power. It's also helping new ideas happen with things like hydrogen power and using less energy. However, this change also has its own problems. Industries that make a lot of pollution that warms the planet have to make big changes. Workers in those areas might need to learn new skills or find new jobs. This change is huge. This needs a lot of money and careful planning. The computer world, or IT, is still making lots of new jobs. All kinds of companies are changing how they do things with computers. So, they need a lot of people who know about computers. People who make software are especially needed. Experts who keep computers safe are super important because there are more online dangers all the time. People who study information and those who work with smart computers like AI are also really needed. What they know helps businesses use information to grow. One good thing about these jobs is you can make good money. And often you can pick your own work hours too. This makes IT jobs really great. Taking care of people's health is another area where workers are always needed. This is mostly because the people in Germany are getting older. More older folks need doctors and someone to care for them. There really aren't enough good doctors and nurses. Therapists, like those who help you move better or do daily tasks, are also needed. We really need more people to help take care of older adults. These jobs can make you feel like you're doing something really important. They're also pretty steady jobs, since more people will need care as they get older. Clean energy, like solar and wind power, is growing really fast. Germany has a big plan to switch to clean energy, and that's creating lots of chances for jobs. We need engineers to come up with and build new ways to get clean energy. We also need skilled workers to put up and take care of things like wind turbines and solar panels. Project managers are needed to lead these big projects. People who know a lot about hydrogen power are also becoming super important. Jobs in clean energy are good for the future, they're not going away. And these jobs directly help fight climate change, which is a big problem for everyone. In jobs where you build or fix things, called skilled trades, there's a big shortage of workers. This includes jobs like plumbers, electricians, and people who fix heaters. People who build things are also needed a lot. This shortage is even bigger because many skilled workers are getting older. Not as many young people are learning these skills. A lot of them want to go to college instead. but we really need people who are good at these hands-on jobs. Gap 2S. You can make good money in these jobs, and if you get the right training, your job will be very safe. These jobs are super important to help our country's economy run well. Section 5. Areas where fewer workers are needed. The job market is changing. In some fields in Germany, the need for workers in 2025 isn't as high as it used to be. This includes some of the simpler jobs in regular factory work, especially the ones that don't need a lot of special skills. Retail stores are also still feeling the pressure, online shopping is still changing the way people buy things, and the local stores are really feeling that. There's also less demand for some office jobs and old-school admin work. That's often because a lot of everyday tasks are being done by machines now. But these jobs aren't just vanishing, but the kinds of jobs in those fields are changing a lot. There are many reasons why fewer people are needed for these jobs. Things like automation and AI can do a lot of the tasks that are the same over and over. This is especially true for factory work and office administration. Changes in how people shop, especially with online shopping booming, directly hit jobs in regular retail stores. In these fields, different skills are needed now. Workers need to get used to that. So, learning new things and retraining are becoming super important. For example, if you learn computer skills or get better at customer service, new doors will open for you. Being able to adapt is the most important thing here to keep up with these changes. In some industries, the need for workers is clearly going down. This usually happens in industries that are going through really big changes in how they work. Parts of the old-school car parts industry are a good example. Companies that make a lot of parts for regular gas-powered cars are facing big problems. The change to electric cars means they need totally new skills and ways to build things. The coal industry, which used to be a big employer, is slowly being shut down as Germany moves away from coal. This is a big part of Germany's plan to switch to cleaner energy and helps them reach their climate goals. Changes like these are needed, but they can be tough for the towns and the people who live there. It's important to understand what these changes in demand really mean. Just because fewer people are needed doesn't automatically mean a ton of jobs will vanish overnight. More often, it means that different kinds of skills and abilities will be needed down the road. New job opportunities can pop up, even if the old types of jobs change or disappear. That's why it's super important to think ahead about your career and be ready to keep learning new things. You know, like they say, you're never too old to learn. You should really keep an eye on what's happening in your own line of work. If you need to, you should look into training programs or even think about learning skills for a completely different job. That's often the key to doing well in a job market that changes as fast as Germany's. The government, for example, through the Federal Employment Agency, also offers a lot of help and programs for this. Section 6. Working in Germany for people from other countries. Good things and challenges. Germany needs more and more skilled workers from other countries to do jobs that need doing. The older people here can't do all the jobs. The government knows this is a problem. So, they made new rules for people moving to Germany. These rules are meant to help skilled workers from countries not in the European Union to come to Germany more easily. The Chancencard, which means opportunity card, is one of these new things. With this card, people who have skills that Germany accepts and a good chance of finding a job can come here to look for work. Germany tries hard to show that it's a great place for talented people from everywhere. For skilled workers from other countries, Germany has lots of good things to offer. What it's like at work is usually great. The rules that protect workers are strong. If you have a job that many people need, you can make good money. And you can live well with that money. Life is usually pretty good here. This means things like good help from the government and good doctors and hospitals. Workers from other countries who pay into a special savings plan also get the good things from it. Many cities have fun things to do, like museums and parks, and good stuff for families. This makes Germany a nice place to live and work. But there are also big challenges for workers from other countries. Speaking German can often be a big problem. Lots of big companies that work with other countries use English, but for just living day to day, you usually need German. You also often need German for jobs where you talk to customers or work with people from Germany. Dealing with official paperwork can also be hard. Getting the right papers to live and work here can be tricky. Getting Germany to accept your school papers or job skills from another country can also take a long time. You need to be patient and get ready for it. Getting used to the German way of life can also be a challenge. Knowing how people work in Germany is important if you want to do well. This usually means being on time and saying what you mean clearly. Often, work time and free time are kept very separate. Finding a good place to live can be hard and cost a lot of money, especially in big cities like Munich, Berlin, or Hamburg. Even with these problems, many skilled workers from other countries find great jobs and have a good life here. It's important to learn a lot about it and be ready to change a little. Section 7. Differences in Germany. Where are the opportunities? The German job market isn't the same everywhere in the country. There are big differences between the regions when it comes to finding jobs and how strong their economy is. The states in the south, like Bavaria and Baden-Württemberg, have always had really strong economies. There you'll find big industries like making cars and technology. Cities like Munich, Stuttgart, and Frankfurt am Main have lots of good jobs. They pull in people from all over Germany and other countries. In these areas, usually fewer people are without jobs and people get paid more. But some areas in the north and east can be different. Some places, especially in parts of East Germany, still have some big problems with how things are set up. More people might not have jobs there. But it's not staying that way. Many cities in the east like Berlin, Leipzig, and Dresden are doing much better with their money and jobs now. They are becoming main spots for technology, creative jobs, and finding new things out. The government and the EU give money to help these areas grow, and that helps new businesses start and create jobs. How much money people make also changes a lot in Germany. Most of the time, you make more money in the south. People also get paid more in big cities than in the countryside. But lots of times, it also costs more to live in places where you make more money. Rent and other things you pay for can be a lot more expensive in cities like Munich or Hamburg. So, if you're looking for a job, you should check how much you'll get paid and how much it costs to live there. That helps you choose the best place to move. Some kinds of businesses are really big in certain places. The car-making business is big in the south, around Stuttgart and Munich. Frankfurt am Main is for sure Germany's main city for money and banks. Berlin is now a big spot for new companies and tech businesses. Hamburg has a big port, and it's an important place for moving stuff and trading with other countries. Gap 2S. Knowing this helps you search for jobs in the right spots. It's always a good idea to find out about the money situation in that area. Section 8. Workplaces are changing, and so are job search trends in Germany. How we work in Germany is changing. This is because of some big new ways companies are hiring. One big change is that more jobs let you work from home sometimes and in the office sometimes. This is called hybrid work. When COVID-19 happened, working from home became popular much faster. Now a lot of companies are more easygoing about where you work. This means people can split their work time between their house and the office. How much time you spend at home or in the office can be different. It depends on the type of job and the company. Some jobs are easier to do from home than others. People really like this because it helps them have a good balance between their job and their family or free time. Another big thing changing jobs is something called artificial intelligence, or AI, and machines that do work automatically. These new tools are not just getting rid of some easy tasks. They are also making brand new jobs that didn't exist before. Companies are looking for more people who can create AI, understand data, and work with these automatic systems. Jobs that people already have are changing too. People in many kinds of jobs need to learn new things so they can use AI tools. Because technology is changing so much, we need new ways for people to learn and get trained. In Germany, there's a special kind of job training called Ausbildung, and it's still super important. This system is great because you learn by doing the job and also go to a special school for it. People really like this way of learning. For a lot of young people in Germany, this is the main way they get into jobs that need special skills. And it's not just for young people. Older folks who want to change careers can do it too. These training programs are good because you get lots of hands-on practice and can start a job right away. This helps make sure there are always enough skilled workers, like people who fix machines or make things, and they are very important for the country. Learning new things throughout your life, even after you finish school, is becoming more and more important. Technology changes so fast that the things you know how to do can become old news pretty quickly. So people need to keep learning new stuff all the time to stay on top of things. Companies are spending more money to help their workers learn new skills. Knowing how to use a computer is super important for almost any job these days. Other important skills are things like being good at talking to people, figuring out problems, and being able to change when things are different. Bosses really want people with these skills. Always being ready to learn new things is really important for you to do well in your job, and it helps Germany stay strong too. Section 9, an honest look at 2025. Persistence in a complex system. The German job market in mid-2025 shows a picture with some big differences. It has strong foundations. These include strong industries and a real focus on making things with great quality, but it also has some big problems. Changes in the people who live there, and money problems, mean they need to act carefully. There are definitely chances for jobs, especially in areas of the future like IT and green technology. But to get these chances, you often need to work hard and really understand what's going on. The market is always changing, it's not stuck. Sticking with it is a really important thing for anyone who wants to do well in the German job market. Getting through the German system, like when you apply for jobs or deal with government offices, can be tricky. Germany is, of course, known for all its rules and paperwork. Sometimes things take a long time, and you need to do everything just right. You often need to be patient. This is true for Germans just like it is for skilled workers from other countries. Knowing this before you start helps you not get too let down or upset. Being ready is always a good thing. For skilled workers from other countries, knowing the language and getting used to the way things are done there are super important. Even though lots of Germans speak English, knowing German well really boosts your chances of getting a job. Knowing German is also very important for fitting in and feeling good here. Knowing the local ways and how to act at work will make it easier to get used to things. It's also a good idea to learn about the different areas in Germany. Job chances and the way you live can be very different from one part of Germany to another. It's worth your time to understand these differences. So to wrap it up, Germany is still a good place for many people to work. Its strong economy means there are good chances for the future. The problems are there, but they're putting different plans in place to deal with them. Being willing to learn, change, and keep trying is super important. People who understand what the job market is like now, that means knowing where lots of workers are needed and what things are like in different areas, can have a better shot at success. The German job market, a lot like the country itself, really values hard work and being prepared. People who show this will also find chances.